Everybody has a podcast.
What is up? What is up? Happy holidays. Man, oh man, glad to be back. Whis is coming by soon. Will be by soon. J.Wiggy.
J.Wiggy, take out the trash!
Merry Christmas, guys, and a Happy New Year. Last show of the 2022 year. Am I right on that? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good year. Really good year. Looking forward to it. Glad Christmas is over. I know we'll get into that, but happy to be here. Grant Mills, how was your weekend?
Not too bad. Pretty good. West of my community center for a little while and then just laid low. What about yourself?
Oh, yeah. Wanted to lay low. It was a busy Christmas, family stuff. And you know what? As much as you love it, sometimes you're glad that the holidays are over. It gets busy.
So it's all over. Nothing else to do, right?
You know, I think New
No
Year's
choice.
New Year's is one of my favorite holidays because it's more of an adult holiday. Ringing the New Year's, a little alcohol here, a little alcohol there. Put the kids to bed early. They ain't staying up till midnight anyways. So looking forward to New Year, New Me, 2023.
That's right. No kids. Break out the cocaine. You know what you got to do one year, you and the wife, maybe the fam, depending on how that goes. You ever been to the Biltmore? Have you talked about that? The Biltmore?
You know what? We did talk about that privately, but I have not been there. Is that something you've been or you're looking into?
Yeah, so I was before this whole COVID shit. I was like, I'm gonna start going to places on holidays, And so
Yeah.
Biltmore was like, I went, and it was pretty awesome, man. They have actually the whole Christmas decorations and everything. It's really crazy looking, and then you can you know take your wife and do I have to have wine tastings in the cellar. They have like a wine cellar down there, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
That's up in North Carolina, right? North
Yeah.
Carolina.
hmm Yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah.
history, so you'd definitely like that.
Oh, J.Wiggy loves his history. I think you're onto something there, and I think it's something we have done before. I know I've gone on a cruise once when it was Easter, and that was really fun. And we didn't stay for the actual Christmas, but we were pretty close for in New York City for Christmas season, man. And other states and certain cities do it a lot better than some of the regional things that we've come to know. So, we need to do that. Biltmore, a little wine tasting, a little cocaine, and some shots. I'll be down to check that out. I like that strategy.
There you go, man. Nice little family thing you can do. I'm thinking about going up to the Keys next year or something. I don't know. Getting the
Yeah.
fuck away. Whis, what's up?
Hey y'all, what the feed? Thought I never was gonna fucking get on, yeah. Had a lot of shit going on, yeah. I'm still fucking drunk and here.
Yeah. Fucking shit.
I mean, after the fucking benefit, shit. I got fucked up after you left fucking Grant Mills, you pussy.
Hey, man, I couldn't hang with you, man. You're a little bit too crazy for me. I had to go home and get my Z's, get my beauty rest.
Whis coming out hard tonight. Whew, throwing the bombs.
Well, let's. I know we kind of wrapped up the weekend here. We did our holiday thing. Holidays are now pretty much over. Only thing we got left is New Year's. But y'all doing anything for New Year's?
We had some plans. They fell through. And I think at this point we both agreed after Christmas was a lot busier than we had anticipated to lay low, let 2023 just slide in. I think we'll catch each other with the guys for some football. But beyond that, I think it's going to be a quiet day. And I'm looking forward to that.
Man, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with just chilling. You know what? I want to get into something because I was just thinking about a couple of things. And, sometimes when I get to thinking.
Hey y'all, it's your boy, Whis Craver up on here. And just gonna talk to y'all for a minute. My boy Grant, well, he's got a gripe. Sometimes he talks shit. Sometimes it's pretty dumb. But then, sometimes it's not. So, just fucking hang out and see what he's got to say, y'all. Don't be dumb. Just chillin', he smokes and works some time, and he does a line or two. If they had some hookers around and screwing in the mud, y'all, now I just want you to know that he's talking shit. His name is Grant Mills, and you know the deal, y'all.
All right. So, another edition of Grant's Gripes, everyone. You know what I was thinking? And this has been happening for a little time now. Lots of remakes of classic movies. I actually saw one tonight. A remake of the classic House Party. Now, I'm just thinking there's just certain movies you can't redo. Certain movies you just need to leave alone. Even if it's going to be a similar movie or whatever. Name it something else. Don't take a classic movie and try to remake it. I know that's been done more than once to very bad reviews and just movies being shit. So, moral of the story. Stop that shit. Let's try to be original. They're taking movies from the 80s and just remaking them. 90s. I guess they've been doing that, but it's getting fucking old. All right. I got another gripe, too.
Oh, 2.
Oh, 2 and 1, baby. 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Love it.
2 for 1.
Merry Christmas.
So another one I have. I was watching the show Friends today. They often run marathons. And when I catch them on the first, like 1 through 4, those seasons are the most classic. So they're going back to season 1 today, and I'm sitting there just watching, chilling, and looking at Courtney Cox. I'm like, man, she was just a natural beauty back then. And I know she's actually from Bama, Mountain Brook.
Roll Tide.
And Roll Tide. And man, but if you've seen her lately, or not even lately, but recently, she had work done. Like, she looks horrible. I'm like, can't women just age gracefully? Why do some women think they gotta look like a fucking like balloon animal or something? I don't understand. They get all this shit done and it's like inflating, like it look like it's someone injected them with, like, you know, I don't know, man, fucking something. The face is all poofy and shit. But the thing with her though, man, she had a natural like look, like none of that. She just wouldn't look good anyway. But nobody does with putting botulism in your fucking face.
Ugh.
Stop that shit. Stupid. Just fucking grow old gracefully. You know? What's the fucking problem? Who cares? Yeah. We'll make fun of you for being old or looking funny. So you're not gonna fucking win. All right. Okay.
I like the 2 Rands. Cosign. The Ghostbusters remake was fucking horrible. And Courtney Cox, man, she would have aged fine too. That's the thing.
That's what I thought.
Man, and that's what I tell people too, especially guys have that problem. Like, I don't mind looking 40 or whatever I may be, or 50. I just want to look the best I can at that. Just take care of yourself. Don't eat like shit. Exercise. A little shit here and there. If they want to do it and they got the money, that's fine. But that helium balloon look, man, I agree with you on that shit. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going outside of the natural, just what you can do naturally, you're gonna look funny.
Yeah.
And you think you look weird. Good? This shit never looks good. Every fucking woman who does that shit looks fucking stupid.
They look horrible. I mean, you're not going to be 70 and look 30. I mean, you might be able to get 70 and pass for 50 if you're really good genetic. If you just take care of yourself and put the extra effort in, you're going to look fine. But you ain't not going to beat Mother Nature and Father Time. They will kick your ass every time. So, yeah, I agree. And it's a shame because, man, she would have aged just fucking fine.
Yeah, she looks horrible now. Yeah. I think Jennifer's had some work done too, but not as much. She still looks good though. But man, Jennifer Aniston in the 90s, good God.
Oh,
she was amazing. Oh man.
Yeah. Whew. Looks like Courtney Cox had some shit on her eyelids too. I can't tell, but her eyes got closer together for some fucking reason. Well, I know we need somebody I know who we could call on that. I mean,
damn it. How'd that happen? What kind of surgery is that?
Man,
is that
I don't know.
I haven't heard of that one. It wouldn't surprise me though.
Yeah, it looks strange in the photo I'm seeing, but I'm gonna have to get one of our close friends who loves to point out the eyes too far apart and too close.
I haven't seen a picture of her lately, but I know that, man, she just didn't, with all that work done, man, she looks fucking ridiculous. So, let's go on and hit the phones. All right, we got, who the fuck we got? I'm going to pull up the how my house. Looks like we got Dan in Missouri. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Hold on. Oh.
Hey, fellas, this is Dan from Missouri. I just wanted to give you my ultimate game room pick, WWF WrestleFest in the arcade. That shit was so fun. What do you think?
Oh, man, now that's one that I never really got to play, but I always wanted to. God, it looked so cool. It was the one they would put up in the front of, like, the arcade, and everybody would play it. You ever play that one?
I played that one. I thought that one was really, really good. I was a huge WWF fan back in the day. I still don't refer to it as WWE. So for anybody that's taking notes or trying to make check me, I'm gonna call it WWF. It was WWE after I stopped watching. But man, it was good. I thought it was fun. Had a Royal Rumble mode on it too, and probably one of my favorite cast of early '80s and '90s guys: Million Dollar Man, Road Warriors, Jake the Snake Roberts, Smash, Hulk Hogan, of course, Sergeant Slaughter. So I was a big fan. I remember playing it. I was too young to. It was pretty tough if I remember, but you could also do. I think one of the first games that was let 4 players play at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah, you're right. Because that was the cool thing about it. It was so big and it had those 4 places, and so they would often and had a big screen, so they'd put it at the front of the arcades.
Yeah,
So
that shit was
to
tight.
yeah.
I know we touched on that last week, but I think that was one of the huge draws of the arcades back in the day. Was having that 4 players simultaneously playing was incredible. We talked about the Simpsons rock that, and WrestleFest does it as well. So that's always an extra appeal. The more players, the merrier on some of those old classics.
I never bought it to Nintendo though, Dave.
Now they never ported it over to any console. I was looking at that, so unfortunately,
Yeah,
because that would have been a cool one to have.
yeah,
you know?
which is kind of weird because the graphics, I think, actually were better than some of the games that came after it.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. It looked good, actually.
Yeah, I mean that looked like a more of a mid '90s, even creeping into late '90s games. And for as early as it was, I mean, a phenomenal looking game, and really probably one of their better investments. Was that the first WWF game? I don't think it was the first, but
Probably not, but I remember it like that big ass. It was one of the first 4 player. It was so big though, and it looked different than like the Simpsons because it was like it had that
right,
huge flat screen in the front.
right,
You know
right.
that it was so massive. That's a definite good game room pick there.
That's huge.
Yeah, so that's cool, man. That would be awesome to put there. Man, we
Yeah,
have
it's
the
got to make the
massive
list.
airplane hangar with all types of shit on it. So we got that one down on the list for you there, Mr. Dan in Missouri.
Good call.
Pick. Good pick.
Outstanding, Dan, outstanding.
Let's see. Oh, let's see what else we got. Was that Harriet? What's going on, Harriet?
Happy holidays, fellas. This is Harriet from G-Dot. Doing one to say hey, the roll time. Help fix us a roll tail. Do y'all like it spicy or non-spicy? And I will. I love it. Fucking spicy as hell, yeah.
I agree. Very spicy. I like Rotel really hot because Rotel not spicy is not very good. You have to have it needs to be really hot to balance out those cheap ass ingredients.
Yeah, Rotel, man. That's everybody volunteers to bring that to the party because they know that shit cheap as hell. You gotta have it's good, man, but yeah, you gotta have a little bite to some Rotel.
Oh, I love Rotel. It's good, but yeah, it needs to be very hot, or else it's just shit ain't no good to me.
Yeah,
Like
I
it
agree.
gotta be, yeah, but it's good. Hey, I'm loving some Rotel. I'm not down on it. Just saying, it is what it is. It is what it is. Good stuff though.
Yeah, football party classic.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So, also on a side note, we got the Chargers playing the Colts, 20-3 Chargers, and it looks like they're on the verge of the playoffs. Maybe if they win this game, I might be wrong, but I might not be. And it looks like they got a 99.9% tidge of winning this game.
Tidge. Yeah, they're creeping in there. That's our
No, the Colts are horrible this year.
Terrible. And that was a dumb fuck move to put Saturday up there as coach. I know it's interim shit. He got a lot of flack for that, but I mean, I think you could have made more of a fucking effort.
It's just a bad move by ownership. It's a lost season anyway. So, he's not going to be there next year. That would be very dumb. He'll be back on a block party with Damien. I love watching the, what is that? NFL Rewind or whatever they do.
Yeah.
So he was good on that, man. So he don't need to be coaching right now.
Yeah, I like him. I think as a person and as a personality, good dude, and everybody speaks highly of him. With the coach move, even if it's gonna be a fucked up season, I just think, man, put somebody on your staff that's been there and done that shit. I just whatever. I mean, I wasn't a fan of it, but I'm not a Colts fan, so really I don't give a fuck. But it's just it's a dumb move. If I was a Colts fan, I'd probably be pissed at it.
I mean, they didn't put him in a very good position to win, yeah. That's just a losing effort.
True, Whis. Let's go ahead and go to James in Nevada.
This is James from Nevada, and I just want to say I love Derek Carr, and I think the Raiders are going to do so awesome next year.
Let's go ahead and go to Jason in Texas.
Hey, fellas, this is Jason from Texas. I just want to submit my ultimate game room pick, and my ultimate game room pick is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker in the arcade. Bye.
That's pretty good. That's actually a pretty cool game. In the arcade, it was fucking like way better though, which a lot of the games are, but even the ports wasn't too bad.
You'll have to do a review on that one. I remember the name. I remember it being I think pretty popular, but I don't remember playing it. So what the fuck is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker?
It was really cool when it came out in the arcade because, back then, Michael fucking Jackson, I mean, come on, everybody fucking loved him. And then he had this fucking arcade game come out, and it was fucking cool. I'm not going to lie. I'll probably have to do a future review on that. But I definitely rented it a few times for the Genesis, too, because it came out on... they ported it, of course. And I don't know if it was on any other system. I know it was on the Genesis for sure. So, yeah, cool game. Good mention there. We'll put that one on the list as well.
Yeah, that'd be a good review. I'd like to see you bust out a Grant Mills game review on that one.
Oh yeah. I think that would be good. Let's take one more call and then we'll flip it on to the little bit of nose or something, a little something. We got Julius in New York. Julius?
Hey, this is Julius from New York City.
Oh, like Orange Julius,
yeah,
right?
Like Orange Julius. Anyway, what do you fuckers thinking about the Packers yet? I'm in New York. I'm a Packers fan. I think AA brought the magic. What do you boys think?
Man, that last game. That's the thing with Green Bay and AA run, man. It always seems like they're out and then they somehow get back in it. Like, playoff wise.
Yeah, they'll be out. They'll get back in. They'll be the first team out.
Then they'll be out. Yeah. You're right. They'll get knocked out, but they give the illusion like they might be,
Yeah, it's rough for the fans. It's hope, the hope, and then the just stab in the heart. It's like just such a quick turnaround. Yeah, I think they sneak in and they immediately get out. So tough.
Yeah. That's unfortunately it's probably what's going to happen. Anyway, they have to they need some I think Washington to lose, and they got to win their next two games for sure. So they need help, and who knows if they're going to win the next two. I think one of them's Minnesota. It's going to be hard because they're pretty good. And I can forget who the other game is. It might be Chicago or somebody they should beat, but I can't remember that second one. I might have them flipped, but I know one of them is Minnesota for sure. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I highly doubtful.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do shit. He ain't getting no fucking Super Bowl.
All right.
I don't. Yeah. We just said thanks. Thanks for the. Thanks for that. All right. So, we actually have a bit of video game news here. Half-Life 2. Fans discover the Half-Life 2 corpse has an actual dead human's face. So it seems Valve has posted or pasted a real photo of a dead disfigured corpse onto a Half-Life 2 model. If you've played Half-Life 2 or Source Engine mods, you've likely seen the in-game model Corpse 01.mdl. The burnt corpse appears multiple times in Half-Life 2 sewers and other parts of the games, and modders often use it in fan projects. But all is well, it seems, until recently, when fans noticed that the game's creepy-looking corpse has the face of an actual dead man on it. Released in 2004, PC shooter Half-Life 2 was the highly anticipated follow-up to Valve's first game, Half-Life. Upon release, it was widely praised by critics and players, but while it came out to huge acclaim, there was a time when Half-Life 2 wasn't such a sure bet. This development process was messy and protracted. Valve scrapped different versions, cut entire sections, and lightened up the game's intended darker, grittier tone considerably for the final retail release. However, some leftovers of this darker version remain in the final game, including Corpse 01.mdl. Playing the game as a kid, the body always looked hyper-realistic and pretty creepy. But now we really know why, so that's kind of morbid. But yeah, not the worst thing I've heard that's happened. But,
well, morbid shit there, but man, remember the movie Poltergeist actually used real corpses in the movie, so.
oh yeah, really?
Yeah, really did. 1982, classic Poltergeist. I remember talking about this one time, but yeah, they used real human skeletons and corpses as props in one of the background scenes. So, Half-Life 2 is not the first to desecrate the dead, I guess.
Well, alrighty then. So let's see what else we have going on now for you Final Fantasy nerds. I have a little news. Square Enix abandons its Chocobo racing game just 9 months after launch. So it's like a Mario Kart racer. It looks like it's playable, but there's no more updates coming. What's the name of this shit? Chocobo GP. Square Enix. Square Enix announced on December 21st the game is effectively dead now. No further large-scale updates are coming anytime soon. Chocobo GP is a sequel to Square Enix's 1999 speedster, Chocobo Racing. Another entry planned for the Nintendo 3DS, codename Chocobo Racing 3D, was announced at E3 in 2010, but quickly canceled before seeing the light of day. Chocobo GP, while launched on March 10th, 2022 for the Nintendo Switch, was a surprising return for the long-dormant franchise that drew ire from its fans for the grindy mechanics and expensive battle pass. It's pretty nerdy here. Did you ever get into... Now, I know we talked about Final Fantasy before, but were you ever really nerdy about that? But did you have like a favorite one that you went all the way through and was like, for me it's 2. I think I mentioned that before, but I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, we talked about 2. Man, I don't. 2 was great, and I remember playing some, but it was one of those, we had talked about it before. I think when some of the timelines on games get so many sequels and the timeline's so in depth, I can't remember shit on it. It's like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. When you have different planets and different people and that many cast of characters, I lose it. It's impressive if you go down that rabbit hole. It's just not something I am very good at doing myself. But the games themselves, I remember playing them. Specifics kind of make me fade my mind a little bit, but I do remember 2. I think we both agreed that was probably the best one we both played.
I like Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, yeah.
Oh, that's actually not a bad one, but I don't know. It's like one of the, like you said, they have so many offshoots, but it was definitely good. I remember that one too. But yeah, because it was in the beginning, it was like 1, then 2, then 3, then Mystic Quest, and then they did a whole bunch of shit where they would do 3DS releases, Game Boy releases, and that kind of lost me. Then the big PlayStation 7 release was really good, and then really after that's where I kind of just after 7, because it was so innovative at the time. I remember how just fucking cool it was. But then after that, man, yeah, I didn't get nerdy about any Final Fantasies after that.
7 was fantastic too. I do remember that one because I think was it the first one that came out on PlayStation
Yeah, it was a
original?
huge deal. It
Okay,
looked fucking amazing, and it was
yeah,
yeah.
th- that was on the cover of every magazine. For the kids that don't remember, magazines are printed pages, almost like a book you received monthly. Electronic Gaming Monthly was a big one. Man, so many.
Game Pro.
Game Pro was fucking huge, yeah. And man, Final Fantasy VII, I remember it's coming back from the depths of my mind how huge that was in that announcement. I remember playing it. I think we rented it, and that's not a game you can rent. And we would do it several times because on PlayStation you had memory cards you popped in and shit. So we would keep that. But yeah, you know what's weird too is how many different versions come out. Now you think about my favorite game of all time, Red Dead Redemption 2. For that type of open world game and whatever you want to call it, it was a decade almost between games. Man, Final Fantasy was just cranking them out every fucking year. It seemed like.
Yeah, it was like Master P back in the day, man. They had like a new game come out like every week or two, but they
Putting
were
out fucking
good though.
content.
Yeah, they were good. Well, I kind of lost it, like I said, after 7, but I mean, they were definitely selling units, so they were doing their thing, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
It's a lot of people get too much into the. And again, this is how you play. Everybody plays differently. I think some people really get back into the backstory, like Zelda. It has its own fan lore behind it and its own story, and it's impressive. Skyrim's another one of those games that I absolutely love. But man, I play the game for the game. I like to be this dude, beat the shit out of my opponents, whatever, and try to win the game. Whereas, Skyrim, people say, "Oh, you got to read every book in the game." Well, do I have to read the books to win? If I don't, I'm not reading every fucking book about yodeling off a mountain and shit. So yeah, I think that's where I lose it with Final Fantasy. I love the game itself, but the whole lore and the story and the names and the people and all the shit, man, that doesn't do it for me.
yeah, me either. So Netflix Wednesday TikToks turned the wrong old song into a new radio hit. So this is I think some nerdo was talking about this on the show last week. I don't know.
Lucas.
If you have a smartphone, laptop, tablet, any of that shit, maybe you've seen the Wednesday Dance, that the new Tim Burton Netflix series starring Jenna Ortega features a scene where the titular character dances quite intensely to Goo Goo Muck by the Cramps. Just like any Netflix scene that includes a song, and it looks like it went viral on TikTok. But unlike how earlier this year, what the fuck, Stranger Things versus Kate Bush, it looks like it went viral and becoming a hit for a new generation. This time around, the kids have managed to get the wrong old song famous again. It looks like I don't remember this song. I was never a Cramps dude. So I have no idea. But this dude, I think. Okay, here we go. Not long after Wednesday premiered, videos began cropping up of people recreating the dance, which Jenny O choreographed herself. Okay, but instead of setting the dance to the Cramps song used in the show. Oh, okay. I see what's going on here. TikTokers set it to the hyped up dance remix of a 2001 Lady Gaga song called Bloody Mary. That's that song that Nerdo wanted me to play.
He was about bootlegging some shit. He was
like, man, go to YouTube, you fucking weirdo. What's the deal? We can't play copyrighted shit on here. I'm not a radio station. The choice to switch up the song could be for several reasons. Maybe the Cramps song wasn't really available, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it looks like this has made this song from 2011 a hit again. I'm not a Lady Gaga dude, so I don't know, but I guess that happens from time to time, depending on the show. Bringing back old hits. I think didn't that happen recently? Well, not that recently, but that skateboarding fucker with the the old Eagles song or Stevie, or I can't remember that, but like he went fucking crazy time. And like had an Ocean Spray commercial, and man, he got he got a little change. So nothing wrong with that if you can get it. right now, man. But in life, man, getting famous is like, it's not good. Like
No.
you can die pretty easily. Usually, you wanted to get famous, man. It was cool, but now, man, you get famous, it's like you die pretty fast.
Yeah. Hitting the high life too quick, man.
It's a weird, weird thing, man. I'm seeing 2 or 3 TikTokers die like this month, so be careful, kids. It's not all about what it seems. Um, that's really it for the news, man. There's nothing else really going on that I'm seeing as far as video games. And so, what we shall do is take another call, y'all. Let's see who we got in the phone bank. In the phone bank. Leslie in Minnesota. Let's get Leslie in Minnesota.
This is Leslie in Minnesota. Is Kirk Cousins for real? Will they get a Super Bowl this year?
No, Kirk Cousins is not for real.
No.
They do look good.
You shut up. They're gonna fucking do some shit with Justin Jefferson, you motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, look, they're doing better than they ever have. They, got a different coach. It's not Mike Zimmer or whatever his name is, so he's not defensive minded. Yeah, they got a better chance, but I just don't believe in Kirk Cousins.
No, I don't either. Leave it at that. I don't think there's anything to believe in.
Nah, he's a faker. So he'll bust. They'll probably won't make it out the first round of the playoffs, man. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I agree.
Kid. Shut down.
Break it down then, Whis.
I'm just saying.
I'm just looking what the fuck's going on. I'm Kirk Cousins. I know he was fucking bullshit before, but you got Justin Jefferson, and then there's other shit going on. Dion Key, got to run the game, and I don't think the league ain't ready. You know what I mean?
I think you need to stop hitting the crack pipe, fucker. That's what I think. All good. But we do have a vintage video game review as well. Now, this one, I'm going to take it back. To 1993. Oh, with the Ridge Racer. So this game, Ridge Racer, developed by Namco. This one had the big race car, like you sat in the motherfucker, and like it was like you're in a fucking car. It was cool.
Great game.
So in 1993, racing video game developed and published by Namco. Initially on the Namco System 22 arcade system board, then ported to the PlayStation console in 1994. The first title in the Ridge Racer series was Ridge Racer 93. And I believe it was also the first one released for the home consoles as well. The PlayStation version supports Namco's G-Con control. I don't even know how to say that. G-Con controller. So development on this game took 8 months. The game is based on the trend among Japanese car enthusiasts, which involves racing on mountain roads while drifting around corners. It was also the first arcade game with 3D texture mapped graphics, with its System 22 hardware capable of texture mapping and Gerard shading. The first home version was released in Japan in 1994 as a launch title for the PlayStation. The versions for North America and Europe released in 1995, also as a launch title for both regions. It was re-released in Japan for the PlayStation The Best range in 1997, and for the Greatest Hits and Platinum ranges in North America and PAL regions, respectively, the same year. Ridge Racer played a major role in establishing the new system and gave it an early edge over its nearest competitor, the Sega Saturn, which was a fucking bust. It sucked. It was considered a rival to Sega's Daytona USA. Ridge Racer received a highly positive reception. Reviewers praised the 3D texture map graphics, audio, drifting mechanics, and arcade racing gameplay, although some were critical of the lack of strong artificial intelligence and a multiplayer mode. The arcade version was followed with the sequel in 1994, Ridge Racer 2, whereas the PlayStation sequel, Ridge Racer Revolution, was released in 1995 and in 1996 in North America and PAL regions. The soundtrack was remixed and released on the Namco Game Sound Express Volume 11. Yo, so did you ever play this game, Wiggy?
Loved Ridge Racer. Big fan of it. Early PlayStation game. Loved it at the arcade. Excited to see. Always try to bring up the arcade versions. Now Arcade 1-Up does have Ridge Racer available. $699.
Oh, there's no way it can be like the real deal one, though.
I looked for it. No, I don't think anybody can be that. But I cannot find a real deal one. Usually you can find at least some booty old one
It
or
was
something.
fucking huge.
That thing was a monster. It was a monster. Yeah, this one's stand up. You've still got the shifter, the gas, the brake, and the steering wheel, obviously. But yeah, the real one was a monster. I can't even find a booty version of it. But I thought it was a great game. Loved it. Big PlayStation title too.
That might be a cool like project if you were like, you know, one of those woodworking motherfuckers. Maybe you could buy that and like mod it. It'd take a lot of wood and shit, but man, that'd be a cool project if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah, I tried to fuck with one time. I can't remember what arcade game it was, but it was a box. And my brother, Wiggy, had messed with one too. He did a pinball machine. Man, that type of plywood that breaks apart and shit, you've got to be talented to put that shit together. It's not easy to restore them, but goddamn, they look good when they're restored right. You know what? I may take you up on that. If I can find a cheap enough arcade game just to fuck with and try, I'm going to see if we can restore it. And then if I get frustrated, I'm throwing it in the dumpster.
Well, this wouldn't be really restoring. It'd be like adding a fucking whole big thing to it. But have you ever heard of Ridge Racer Full Scale?
Full Scale?
So there was a Ridge Racer Full Scale arcade version that was released along with the standard arcade version in 1993. This version was designed to give the player a more realistic driving experience. So players basically and the passenger could sit in the car. There's like a car next to the driver. Yeah. So it was like an adapted red Unos Roadster, the Japanese right-hand drive version of the Mazda MX-5 Miata, and controlled the same car on screen. The game was played in front of a 10-foot wide front projected triple screen, which benefited from dim ambient lighting and the wheel, gear stick, and pedals functioning as the controls. The ignition key was used to start. The speed and RPM gauges are functional, and fans blew wind on the player from inside the air vents. Speakers concealed inside the car provide a realistic engine and tire sounds. Overhead speakers provided surround music. So the Ridge Racer Full Scale cabinet cost about $230,000
Whoa!
to purchase in '94. Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture of it now. That's a full fucking Mazda Miata. That is crazy.
That is. I never saw that. Huh. I wonder where that was at.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did it say where that was
That's
at?
what I'm looking at. I don't know. Maybe it was...
It says Eunice Road and stuff.
Maybe was that Japan? I don't know. I definitely didn't see one in any arcade I was in. Wow.
No,
That's crazy.
I think when I saw Ridge Racer, I think blast to the past, it was in Showbiz back in the day.
Wow.
Before it even migrated over to Chuck E. Cheese, the actual console. I did like the arcade games though, the driving ones where you could actually sit in there and it made you feel like it was a car. When you're a little kid, that kind of feeling's pretty damn cool and shit.
Oh, hell yeah. They had all kind of like cool driving games back in the day. I remember one that looked really realistic. Looked like you're actually driving a car, but I never played it because I don't know. It was like almost too real. And I think it was expensive to play too, but I was playing other games.
They had that simulator. We went on a trip to Atlanta at the where was it at? We went to SciTech or SciTrek. Somebody's gonna catch me on that and call my ass. It was a science museum over there, but it was a simulator, and I guess it was to scare us middle schoolers. And you get in a car, like an arcade game, like a Ridge Racer, but it says how much alcohol are you gonna drink before you drive. and then it like simulates your response. So you turn the wheel as if you're drunk, and it's not turning, and then you crash into shit, and it tells you why you shouldn't drink and drive. So of course, you tell a bunch of middle schoolers that we're like making the on-screen character chug liquor and do all this crazy shit. Screen goes wild. Your car's going crazy and stuff, and it's telling you not to drink and drive. A cool thing. I'm not making light of the thing, but when you give that to a bunch of middle school kids and it's an arcade game that you allow to drink, this is in the 90s before Grand Theft Auto. Dude, we had a blast with that shit. I wonder if they still have that kind of stuff.
I love drinking and driving, yeah.
Oh, shit.
This Ridge Racer here, I'm gonna give it. Where's my fart button? 5. Well, hold on. That's 4 out of 5. I was gonna give it 5 out of 5, but I don't know. It's pretty good though. So once you start getting the 4s and 5s, it's
Yeah,
pretty fun game anyway.
yeah. 4s. I mean, good golden era of games for sure, and an early predecessor to any of the big racing games. Cool arcade game. I'm with you. I think 4 out of 5 is fair. Four farts at a 5 is pretty good. Five is a perfect game in that genre. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's definitely a classic.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. So yeah, definitely a classic. And wish I could play that one like you used to back in the day. Oh my God, is Tua back in concussion protocol? Holy shit!
Yeah, he's a man.
He needs to retire, man. That's just like his 4th concussion this year, dude.
God,
Isn't it?
Yeah,
it's third or 4th.
He's made a glass, man. He was. I mean, you go back and I'm not. Again, I don't ever want to see. I couldn't handle the rigors of football, but watch that sack that he broke his nose and hurt his hip and everything at Alabama. And I mean, it really wasn't a hit that most quarterbacks aren't taken on a weekly basis. And now every time he gets sacked, it seems like he's out for a couple of weeks. So,
man, yeah, man, go be a coach or something.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's already made the money. He's got the endorsements coming in. He's an Alabama legend. He's been good for the Dolphins, but he's not gonna have enough health to continue on for the next really a year. It's scary that these you have a leg injury you're bouncing back on. That's one thing, but when you're talking about your head bouncing like it has and all these concussions, he's too young for that shit. I wouldn't risk it. It's not worth any amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, he's already going to be fucked up when he gets older. Can't take hits like that, dude. The human body's not designed for this sport, really. But
no,
we all love it so much, and it makes a fuck tons of money. And that just is what it is. But it's not. We're not designed to play the sport. So
no.
But I'm not gonna lie, dude. I love watching it, but that's just the truth of it. Let's go ahead and go to Madeline. I think she's in London.
Hello, this is Madeline. I'm calling from London, England. And I'm a big fan of the NHL. Do you boys like you some good old hockey? I think it's a great sport.
No, I don't watch that shit.
I saw it in person one time. Thought it was pretty cool. Phoenix Coyotes game out in AZ. But yeah, I think a lot of the things in person are a lot cooler. Than if you watch them on TV. But other than that, I can't say I get into that shit.
Yeah, no. It's like a real regional. Yeah, it's like a real regional sport.
Yeah, I mean, if you're living in a region where you got ice, quarter, 2/3 of the or 1/3 of the year, I could get it. I'd probably even get down on it. But anything in the South or the West. On the bottom half of the United States, you're not going to get that much hockey. We don't see it down here.
They let them fight, though. That's kind of cool.
That shit's tight as hell. I wish more sports would do that. I mean, let them fucking settle the score and shit. I think that's cool as hell.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool.
I'd like to see that in football. Or, I mean, let them duke it out for a second. Or just grapple. I mean, set some type of rules. I mean, you can't punch in football with a damn helmet on. You can break your hand. But, let them throw each other down and get a penalty box or some shit. Instead of ejecting them from the game, man, I'm all about a penalty box. So No, hockey itself, not down on, but man, that's a good point. They let them fight. They got the boxes. Let them chill for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever they do, and then let them back out there and go at it. Fuck it.
Yeah, there you go. Put an octagon out there on the sideline.
Hell yeah, I'm all about. Man, we just talked about head injury protocol. Now we want to start beating the shit out of each other. Oops.
That's probably not going to help, is it?
Nah, probably not. Man, those boys in hockey take some pretty mean ass hits too. I mean,
Oh yeah, they do.
but there's some vicious shit. But no, that's a cool idea though. I do think they need to at least get out there and grapple a little bit. I mean, in that type of competition at that professional level, it boils over from time to time. They suspend them in the NBA. 5 games, fine them 25,000. Fuck that. Let them go at it a little bit.
Yeah, fuck, why not?
Yeah,
Why not? Let's go to Rico. Where's Rico at? Rico in Louisiana.
My name is Rico. I'm out of Louisiana, and I just want to ask you boys, as far as Jaden Daniels, you think he's going to be pretty good next year? Those Tigers did pretty good this year. Go Tigers.
He's pretty good. He needs to gain some weight if he's going to be running like he does. But he's talented. And that's the first quarterback they've had in a while that's actually showing any kind of potential.
Yeah.
Last few of them is flamed out.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be good. But yeah, tall and skinny. Put a little meat on the bones, and yeah, I'm with you. I think Grant Mills hit the nail on the head. I think it'll be good.
Emily.
Oh God.
Yeah. They need to go to the portal and get somebody. I don't know who. Maybe JT Daniels.
He's going to fucking Rice. Rice.
Yeah, that's
What the hell happened to him, dude?
man. That's yeah. There's been some interesting portal developments. Yeah, JT Daniels. I thought who else was a good portal development? Paul Tyson, former Alabama quarterback, former Arizona quarterback, now a Clemson quarterback. I thought that one was bizarre. I know we've mentioned that before. If you're not playing at Arizona State, are you really going to be playing at Clemson? I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know. Emory Jones, I forgot he's going somewhere else, so he's not at ASU anymore. He sucks anyway, man. He's a bust.
I think it's fun to watch the portal. I mean, people. I think eventually it's going to level the playing field for teams, and I don't blame people wanting to transfer and wanting to play. You've got a limited window of opportunity to actually do that, so you're going to go to where you can do it. What system benefits you? I don't know. It's there's a part of me that likes it, and I think overall I do, but I think a lot of these kids are also, it's like a job. And that's what their job right now is, especially with NIL. You're selling yourself, and I think a lot of these guys are selling themselves with workouts and showing off, and I think they're impressing coaches, and I think they're going to go and still be a bust somewhere else. I mean, I don't, like Paul Tyson, he's the one I'm most familiar with, watching him locally. Then at Bama, he was like 3rd string. Then he went to Arizona State, 2nd string. Now to Clemson, I just can't see him. DJ Ukulele, or forgive me, that I bought that. He's going to Oregon State. He's going to have a chance to play there. But I think they're watching workouts. They're trying to justify putting him in a certain system and seeing if that's going to deliver. I just don't see some of these guys. I think they're just kind of, moving shit around and hoping it's not going to stink, yet it's still going to stink.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be winners and losers. So
Yeah.
I just hope that no kid loses out on a scholarship, but just because they got pissed off about something stupid, and that's all. But then also, with the NIL, if kids hang around, that could be an advantage as well.
Sure.
'cause, like, I can hang out and make some money, and develop, and it's also an added benefit there. So good, bad, gotta weigh them all. A lot of stuffs as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so What is it's? They got the window for the transfer portal, right? It's like
Was it
December the
45?
5th. Was that a couple
Yeah,
of
I think
months?
it
I don't know.
started. Let's see, transfer
The
portal.
5th, I
I,
think.
yeah, I think it started then, and I think it's. I thought it was 45 days to do shit. I would like to see, and some closes 45 days later on January 18th. After it opened on the 5th, I would love to see a player, and I don't know what type of rules they have if they can't show it, but I'd love to see a player like at the computer, showing his transfer portal how it works and actually doing it in real time because it sounds cool. It sounds like social media for these guys where you can list yourself as do not contact or I want to be contacted by these teams. It's kind of like setting your own privacy settings like, I'm interested in these. I do like that. I think that's fucking kind of cool. And let's just go back in high school. You're not going to get as much viewing time by a lot of these schools, but if you've actually played somewhere, you're going to have a hell of a lot more film and a lot more, footage to sell yourself on, and then you can tell which teams you actually want to go to. So I think it's cool. It sucks when good players leave, but that's just part of it.
Very, very true, my friend. So we got NFL picks. Let's go ahead and get into them. Alrighty. So we gonna have the picks for next week, and that will be week 17.
Yeah.
Through January the 3rd. Only one more week after that, and then we got the playoffs. And we'll have picks for, of course, everything up until the Super Bowl, and we'll pick that too. How's that?
Yep.
Thursday, December 9th.
You know what? You made to break it down because I owe you 2 weeks on our picks. My bad, Grant Mills. Week 15. Yeah, week 15, you and I both tied 10 for 17 on our picks. Whis coming in third at 8-17. We had the Chargers. Chargers win tonight, right? They beat Indy. So that gives Grant Mills 12 out of 17 for week 16. Whis 10 out of 17. And J.Wiggy 8 out of 17. Terrible week this week for me. Probably the second time I lost to Whis all season. Grant Mills, you did great on both of those weeks. So,
baby.
Good shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Miss Harvey.
All right. Go ahead and get it.
Damn.
Whoa, buddy. Somebody needs some Pepto. Thursday, December 29th. Looks like we're going to have Dallas at the Titans. What do you think on that one, J.Wiggy?
I got the Cowboys.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys too.
I'm going 32.
Terrible pick. So now on to Sunday. Let's go ahead and look at Arizona at Atlanta.
Cardinals.
They're both terrible teams. I'm gonna go with Atlanta.
Oh, ATL, yeah.
And we got Chicago at Detroit.
You know what? I'm gonna go Lions.
They're looking pretty okay lately. I'll go Lions as well.
No, Chicago, yeah.
And let's see, Denver at Kansas City.
KC.
Yeah, KC.
KC, yeah.
Miami at New England.
Oh, God. Oh, 2 on protocol now. New England's been.
I don't even know who's the backup in Miami.
Man, I looked that story up earlier, and I can't even remember who the fuck it was. Tua's been hot, too. Hasn't been the greatest, but he's definitely been good. Man, I'm going to go New England.
Yeah, I'm going New England as well.
Am I?
All right. Indianapolis at New York.
Got to go New York.
Yeah, New York.
New York City, yeah.
New Orleans at Philadelphia.
Philly.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
I'm going Philly, yeah.
We got Carolina at Tampa Bay. That's an interesting one.
That's a really interesting one. I was looking at our picks from last week, and Carolina, man, I don't know. That one's tough. Grant Mills, I'll defer to you, and I'll make the last call on this one.
I want to go to Carolina on this one just because I think they're just going to play balls out. They don't have nothing to lose. They're not making the playoffs or anything.
I'm gonna go with the fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, Tom Brady's so handsome. Yeah.
All right, unnecessary comment. But yeah, I'm gonna agree with Whis. I think Bucks are due for one.
They just pulled that one off last night, man. At the end there,
Yeah, it's like the tell of the season, last minute shit.
but the Cardinals suck. So, all right, let's go Cleveland at Washington.
I'll go Browns.
I'm gonna go Washington on this one.
I'm going Cleveland Browns. Yeah.
All right, and Jacksonville at Houston.
Jayville.
Jacksonville.
I'm going H-Town. Yeah.
They're a terrible team. San Francisco at Vegas.
Oh, you know I ain't going Vegas. San Fran.
San Fran.
I'm going Vegas. Yeah.
New York Jets at Seattle, and I think Mike White is going to be back.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Seattle.
I'm going to go Jets. I think they're going to rally around Mike White here.
I'm going Seattle. Yeah.
I also think Geno Smith's a bust. Minnesota at Green Bay.
I like A-Ron, but I like the Vikes right now. I'm going to say Vikes.
Oh, man, this is a weird one.
It is.
It's at Green Bay, but they're, oh, man, I don't know. I'm going to go Green Bay on this one.
I'm going Minnesota. Yeah.
L.A. Rams at L.A. Chargers.
Whew. I'll say Chargers.
I'm going to go Chargers.
I'm going Chargers. Yeah.
And looks like the Monday night matchup. Buffalo at Cincinnati.
Got to go Buffalo.
I'm going Buffalo.
You know my fucking home team. Yeah, Cincinnati.
That's where a pretty interesting game, though.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Burrow's actually looked pretty good. Buffalo's been decently solid all year. So, I mean, good teams. Yeah, good battle. That'll be a good Monday night game for sure.
Oh, yeah. And we will be on the air, you know. So it looks like Chargers pulled that out. We said that earlier. And, yeah, that was a shitty game.
Yeah, that was a terrible Monday night game. The Buffalo and Cincy would be a hell of a lot better than that bullshit.
Hopefully it will. I hope it's not one of those low-scoring games. That is not fun. I like watching high-powered offenses and whatnot.
Yeah, I do
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, so what's going on for the weekend, fellas?
We got some bowl games. We're kicking off the new year with
bowl games. I love this little stretch that we got coming on. We had one today at 1:30. I didn't catch it though, but it was football nonetheless.
Yeah, I didn't catch it. Who else? We had today's the 26th. New Mexico State and Bowling Green. New Mexico State won that. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I won't go through them, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Even got the local bowl with Carolina, 2 Carolinas, Coastal and East Carolina. Yeah, the rest of the week's gonna be nice, especially if you're working. I like to turn on a couple of bowl games, but yeah, Saturday I think we'll get together after your visit to the West Dolomite Community Center. I know
I did that already. I'm not going out there.
No more. That's it for the year.
Yeah, that's it for the year until they pay me to do some stuff again.
Nice.
Yeah, I need that booking money.
They already busted that petty cash fund. Yeah, we got a Sugar Bowl Saturday. We'll get together for that. Maybe we'll take some live calls, but we'll probably be too hammered. Number 5, Alabama versus number 9, Kansas State. Last time you'll see Bryce Young and Will Anderson in crimson. So roll tide Saturday. And you start your playoffs with Michigan and TCU at 4 o'clock Eastern and Peach Bowl, Georgia and Ohio State that night. So knowing us, we say we'll get together for Alabama, but 12 hours later, we'll be watching Georgia and Ohio State. So good weekend of football coming up.
This is gonna be fun. So everybody, get your liquor and your other illicit drugs, and have a good time. Whis. Oh, hold on. Oh, baby. Whoa, baby. That's loud,
Whoa.
isn't it?
Whoa!
Isn't it? Engineer. Any parting shots, Whis?
Well, I just want to say that I hope you guys have a great week. I'm gonna be chilling here, and just like that, hit me up if y'all wanna hang out, maybe get a drink or some shit. I'll be just laid up, all right, play with you.
All right, man. You have a good week. J.Wiggy, parting shots.
Yeah, true to Wiz's character, I don't think we'll see him this weekend, but thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Grant Mills, for letting me join your lovely program here. I know we got big things in store for 2023, so cheesy, but we'll see you guys next year with more big things coming.
Yes. We'll be back next Monday, 9:30. Definitely tune in, hit the follow button, check out the old episodes, a lot of good stuff there. You guys have a great Happy New Year's and all that shit, and man, smoke it up and all that. We love you out here. Tune in next Monday, 9:30 and the 30. We love you, y'all. Smoke it up.
Peace.